Commissioner, thank you very much for your time and for being here. And I think it's so interesting and really somewhat sad as we hear from you and other members how the cartels have really become global businesses. And your comments about this is a process that is decades old. I served in the House before I came over here, and my first year in the House, 2003, one of the things we were focusing on was trying to deal with illegal immigration. It just goes to show that if you let a problem get out of control, if you don't get it in its infancy and it grows to be something bigger, it is more difficult to handle. And this is a good example of that. Let me ask you this. When we talk about these cartels and being such big business, and of course they work with these coyotes, they've developed these worldwide smuggling networks. Should we be holding Mexico, as these cartels, from what I understand, they're primarily headquartered, if you will, in Mexico.
Right.
Should we be holding Mexico responsible for charging, investigating, and prosecuting these cartels?
No question that we have shared responsibility on this. Members of this administration have acknowledged that our drug demand is driving the profits that are empowering these cartels and creating the violent situation in Mexico as well. But we need the government of Mexico to step up and address the enforcement side of this, especially as they're taking advantage and preying on vulnerable migrants.
Do you have the tools that are necessary, or do you all? And I know you share this responsibility with other agencies. Do you have the tools necessary to put the pressure on there?
So we've developed a very robust and sophisticated counter-network capability to attack the organizations, not just addressing the individual smuggling attempt.
Let me ask you this. Are you all doing anything addressing the human trafficking that's taking place online? With the movement of gangs and labor trafficking and sex trafficking. So are you all working in the virtual space as well as on the ground?
Yeah, our partners at Homeland Security Investigations at ICE have that direct expertise, but we absolutely collaborate with them and then follow up on targets.
Okay. I will have to tell you, I hope every member, and I would imagine every member of this committee has been to one of the reception centers. And one of the things, I've done a lot of work on the sex trafficking issues. One of the things that just was so incredibly sad to me was to talk with the caseworker and hear about the abuse these children encounter as they are moving from their home country into the U.S. and the fact that they have to give every female child who's 10 years of age and over a pregnancy test. I just, to me, that is just devastating. Let me ask you this. On any given day, how many different nationalities would you have in?
On any given day, dozens. Over the course of a year, usually we interact with 130 to 150 different nationalities on the border.
Okay.
And if we talk about our lawful crossings, pretty much every country in the world will end up traveling to and from.
Yeah, another thing I found out from the caseworkers in one of my visits was how they take advantage of how those that are moving children in take advantage of the loopholes in verification. Mm-hmm. And they can't ask if somebody is here legally or not when they are picking up a child. And I know that last April, you all entered into an agreement with ICE and HHS.
Right.
To share that information. Is that working? Is it helpful?
So, yeah, that agreement I deferred to ICE because they had the primary enforcement responsibility in that partnership with HHS. But from my perspective, anything that brings additional integrity to the system, that ensures that children are safe when they're delivered to a sponsor is important and worthy. Okay.
I've got a couple of other questions. In the interest of time, I've got a couple of things on the drug trade and some of the fentanyl that's been moved into the country, but I'm going to submit that and submit another one on the rescue efforts that you all carry out
Right.
every week to save people. that are coming to the border. And thank you for your service, and I yield back my time.